In today's video we're going to be looking at using views in GameMaker Studio. Now basically a view, it only shows a portion of the level on your screen. Okay, so what I'm going to do is move my little player around now, and you'll notice that as I move to the right, the camera follows my player to the right. As I move back to the left, the camera will move to the left, and as I go up, the camera will follow me up. So we can make really big rooms now in GameMaker and have the camera follow us as we work our way through each of these rooms. So instead of having just one smaller level, we usually have about 640 by 480 as our size, we can now make levels much bigger than that and make them a lot more exciting. So this is a one level game that we will be making today. Basically I'm just going to show you how the camera can pan along with your character as you move throughout the level. Okay, so when you open GameMaker Studio, click on the New tab at the top and make sure you choose an appropriate file path to save this game, and we're going to give it the project name Views and Masks. We're also going to have a look at a thing called Masks as well. So click on Create and that will set up your game for you. Alrighty, before we start working in GameMaker today, we do need to go across to our folder and curriculum drive and copy all the resources we're going to need to make this game. Okay, so there's a few sounds and sprites there we're going to need, and then we're going to go and copy them by pressing Ctrl C. We'll go into our account, make a resources folder and paste them inside. That's all the bits and pieces we need to use in GameMaker, so let's pop on over and we'll get started on bringing those sprites in like usual. So we'll load up a sprites into our resources folder. Let's start with the diamond. Don't remove the background from this diamond, otherwise it could lose a little bit of its colour, so just leave the background turned on. And we'll call it SPR diamond. Bring in the next sprite. It's the finish line. We will remove the background from this one and give it the name SPR finish. Next sprite we're bringing in is the ghost. Again, remove the background and give it the name SPR ghost. We've got the girl left coming in next, so SPR, I'll just call it left. Oops, we don't want a sound just yet. Girl right will be our next one, so SPR right I will call it. And finally we've got the wall. This time turn that remove background off. We want to keep the background so we don't lose that black square, or triangle sorry, in our wall. Give that the name SPR underscore wall. Alrighty, so we'll load our sounds in next. The sound that we want to bring in first in our resources folder here is the diamond sound, so call it SND underscore diamond. Next sound we're bringing in is the die sound, so when we get hit by a ghost we're going to die, so play that sound. And finally we've got the success sound. That means when we finish the game or the level we'll play a sound of success. Alrighty, so there should be 3 sounds in now. There's no background that we're going to bring in today. We'll just use a plain colour, so don't worry about backgrounds. We can turn our sprites into objects now. So our first one is the diamond, obj underscore diamond. Click OK. Next one is obj finish. Make sure you're attaching the sprites to these objects like usual. So next one we've got the ghost, so obj ghost. And obj left, that's the girl facing to the left. And you've got the girl facing to the right, so obj underscore right. And finally we've got the wall, so obj underscore wall. And remember to make the wall solid. And click OK. So that's all our bits and pieces into our game now. We might as well make up our room. Now our room's going to be a little bit different to usual. Okay. We'll just give it the name level 1 like we usually do, and we'll start with 640 by 480 as our room size. Okay, this is our general room size, but because we're going to be using views today, we're going to extend our room out a lot longer than what it usually is. We'll leave the height the same, but the width, we're going to double that to 1280. So now I'm just going to scroll down and zoom out a little bit so you can see this. We've got this extra long room now, so there's a lot more we can put into this level. So I'm going to go across to my backgrounds tab next and just pick a colour for the background. I'm just going to pick like a dark purpley colour. Back to the objects tab now, we can start to decorate our room. Okay, so Holding Control and Shift, I'm going to put the wall around the outside of the page first. Now you can use this little window down here to scroll across to see the rest of your game. Okay, so that little window comes in handy. Alright, so that's a border around the entire screen. That's looking good. Now I just need to put in a few platforms here and there, so wherever you want to add platforms in, go for it. I don't care how you set this up, it's just a matter of making a platform game. Alright, scrolling across, we'll stick in a few more here. Alright, so hopefully you've got something similar to that. Okay, you don't have to include as many walls as I did, but it's just an idea. I want you to throw in a few ghosts here and there, so you've got a few obstacles to try and get past. You can put in Object Girl right there, facing off to the right, and throw in a few diamonds for your little girl to collect. Okay, that'll just complete our level then. Actually, it won't complete our level, we need the finish line in there, so let's quickly put in the finish line at the very end as well. Right, so it's a simple level, okay, but you can see it's a lot bigger and you can fit a lot more into this game. So I'm going to press the green tick at the top. Our game's ready to be coded up now, so I'm going to stop the video here. This is just part 1 of the video. In part 2 we're going to code the game up and get all our sprites, our objects working.